Hello, guys. Welcome back to Lunatic Astrology. I am your astrologer, Lori Lothy, and today we're talking about the moon, the big full blue moon in Aquarius on August the 22nd, and doing the all signs version. Why? Because I've already done a deep dive into the moon with my fellow astrologer, Spencer Michaud. You can go back and look at that. I'll put the link in the description box below. So we're going to jump right into, all signs, Aries through to Pisces, what this amazing, bountiful, lucky, excitingly good new moon could offer you over the next couple of weeks, and certainly even longer than that. And I also want to say, don't forget to like and subscribe. Please hit that button if you don't mind. It helps my channel grow. And I'm trying to arrange my desk so I don't have a weird thing on my head. And please also comment, and also check out my description box for all the things I've got going. Would you consider signing up for my newsletter? I hope so, because it's a weekly forecast that goes out every great detail every Sunday. And if you do join, you get enrolled for a free reading. Every month, 2 people win a free reading, and you get a 30% discount code off one-time use any reading with me. All right, let's get going. Let's start off with the wheel. Before I show you the wheel, which I'm going to do, and go through all signs, let me just say some broad brushstrokes here. The sky at the time of this moon is really beautiful. There's a lot of good trine energy, and there's a lot of planets in dignity. So it's a positive sky. It's a sky that's filled with dignified planets and positive trine energy, which are the nature of Jupiter. So there's a sort of overall sort of vibe of something good is trying to happen here. And the sun and the moon are in opposition. Of course, that's what makes it full. The sun is sitting on a star called Regulus, born to rule, power, glory, and conquest. Same star that Donald Trump has in his natal chart on his ascendant. Sun is sitting at 29 degrees during this moon of the sign of Leo, just getting ready to move into the next sign of Virgo. And the moon is across the way and at 29 degrees as well, of course, because that's what makes it a perfect full moon. And, this energy, this tension between the sun and the moon is that the moon is going to shine fully and brightly in some area of your chart, right? Some area of your chart to show you what goodness is trying to happen there in the 29th degree of Aquarius, where this moon is sitting. And this is a blue moon because it's the second time we've had an Aquarius full moon. And we had an early degrees of Aquarius full moon, not nearly as positive as this one. We didn't have Jupiter participating. And what makes this moon, that was back in a month ago. And this has also got Jupiter's blessing. Jove, by Jove, expansion, greatness, and goodness. It's really close to Jupiter in the sky, and that makes this a very auspicious moon, a very powerfully positive moon for luck, for bounty, for prosperity, and for opportunity in your life. So that's just such a good story. Let's go ahead and do the all signs. Now, I'm going to be quick. I'm going to get through it quickly. I will talk about the trine energy. There's a trine from Venus in Libra to Saturn in Aquarius. It's a gorgeous trine because Venus is sitting in Saturn's exaltation place, her own home, but she exalts Saturn there. So there's a really positive energy between these two planets right now. And we've got Mars with Mercury in a trine to Uranus, which is also exciting and can bring incredible breakthrough energy in your chart as well. So let's get going and do all signs. Use your rising sign first. And if you don't know, go to astro.com or AstroSeek, discover the sign on the eastern horizon. Try casting in whole sign houses. I'm a strong proponent of that house system. And then you can look at your sun sign, which most of you know, or your moon sign. All three can give you insights into yourself. By far, the rising sign is going to be more accurate. So we're going to start with Leo today, just because Leo happens to be in Vancouver, Canada, pretty well on the rising sign horizon line during this moon. And so we can see that the moon at 29, and it's not exact by the minutes, but you get the idea, and the sun at 29 in the sky here, folks, as I said. And this is a little cluttered. Let me remove a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to get into that kite or that mystic rectangle. Just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to leave the main players intact. Sun and moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, because Saturn's always hanging out there, Uranus, Neptune, goodbye Pluto, goodbye Chiron, all the asteroids that form that kite. I'm not going to go into that detail. We can get rid of the midheaven and the descendant and the ascendant. I'm just getting rid of a bunch of stuff. Now I made it simple. Sorry, I should have done that right away. Hey, okay. We can still see the fine lines of the kite on the nodal axis backbone. We're not going to do that today. All right, so here's the thing. You can see that Venus is in a trine. That's a harmonious, flowing line of a relationship here. And she's, where did Saturn go? Trining Saturn over here, forming actually a air trine with Ceres over here, the goddess, but we're going to get rid of her too. It's just too much going on of the harvest. Well, maybe I could leave it in there. I'll leave it in there. The goddess of the harvest, the cornucopia, the abundance, the fruitfulness of the earth and things that grow. We'll leave it in there. So it's a big fruitful bounty here in this big trine. We'll talk about it in the all signs context. Let's get going. So Leo, sun, moon, and rising sign. This moon is shining its big, bold, bright, bountiful light in your 7th house of marriage, business partnerships, clients, audience, and others. No two ways about it, guys. This is really good for you if you are in a primary love relationship and you want to get things to get better, or your partner will benefit from this with Jupiter's blessings here, and you will find that business contracts and partnerships are also blessed. Now, Jupiter in this part of your chart anyway, for much of 2021, certainly for the remainder of 2021 now until the end of the year, it's going to benefit your partner, but also all of your one-on-one dealings. And so now this moon just highlights that and brings it into greater prominence. Okay, good things in that area. You can also rely on this gorgeous triangle known as a air triangle, air trine, to benefit you. Venus is the goddess of money, the goddess of love and art and beauty, in your 3rd house of siblings, neighborhood, things you might learn, the online world, and trining Saturn in the marriage house, business partnerships, and your audience, and clients, and others. So that's a very strong fortification for anyone who does online social media stuff, has an online business, but it also blesses your marriage partnership, and possibly there's a trip, travel, short one with a beloved that strengthens the relationship between the two of you. This also is possibly connected to siblings, and somehow a sibling, Leo, is going to benefit you in some positive way regarding 7th house matters. Again, as I said, online world could be here too, marketplace, selling your services to your audience. You can see here that there is, of course, the cornucopia and the abundance and the harvest, grain goddess of the storyline, Ceres, and she is also known, by the way, as the rescuing mother, Demeter, for getting her daughter out of the underworld. I would say, with the North Node there, this is an area where you are going to benefit from your allies and social circles and friendships a lot as this moon unravels its goodness for you, because it's co-present in the sky. And the few days after, look for some allies and friends and supporters who want to help you. And it's a good time to activate your ambitions and goals and future plans, your highest dreams and wishes for yourself. With this dynamic Mercury in his dignity with Mars together in the earth sign of Virgo in your 2nd house of money, trining Uranus in the house of career, a lot of you Leos are going to have some money breakthroughs regarding career and money, or public reputation and money, breakthroughs, taking action, good news, good messages about your money, strong, bold decisions about it that support breakthroughs around finances, earnings, money, and career, especially in the few days that follow the moon, where that trine is still very active in the sky. Moving on. I'm going to try to keep it pithy. Means short, in case you know what pithy means. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising sign. So the Virgo folk are getting this very intense energy of the big bright light of the full moon, okay, shining ever so brightly and ever so lightly over here in the 7th house. Need to check something. I shouldn't try to rush this thing. I had one of those really weird brain moments, what? Yeah, okay. I progressed the moon. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So let's go back and look at Virgo again. I didn't say it because I'm like, that's not right. Sorry about that, Virgos. Because of the way this works, I'm going to go back a few smidgens there to looking correct. The moon was getting ready to change signs, so that was awkward. Where are you? Where are you, Virgo? You guys, bear with me. Oh, I am recording, right? Sorry, guys. Virgo. Not going to be the moon at the right degree, but at least it'll be in the right place in the chart and won't be discombobulating to look at that. Okay. So really the moon is not at 18 degrees Virgo, but anyway, get the gist. The moon will be at 29. So Virgo, sun, moon, rising sign. Apologize for my glitch there. So yeah, so this is in the house of your health protocols and your work protocols. Work, health, and health routines are getting a bountiful new beginning of some, well, shining a light here. So it's not necessarily a new beginning because it's a full moon. It's more like an arc of completion, but you're seeing some new illumination and light regarding your health, regarding your work routines. And this is exciting because this is going to bring great bounty as well. I mean, Jupiter's bountiful and lucky and blessed on that moon in your sixth house. So certainly if you've been having any health challenges, I can pretty well say for most of you Virgos, you're going to turn around in a couple of weeks after this moon. And then also things that were frustrating you or difficult with your work, your workplace, or your colleagues also either turn around or there's a new light shed on it that gives you insight, that gives you a new opportunity. Okay, like maybe you don't like where you work, you're going to quit, or something good is going to change in your workplace. You can also see that triangle with Venus, the goddess of love, money, and beauty in a money house, the second house, trining the goddess of the cornucopia in the career house, trining Saturn in the house of the work. This looks like money opportunities, like promotions or financial gain or luscious financial benefits coming here through the area of work and workplace and career and reputation. So some money bonus points for you guys on the game board. Again, anything from a promotion to a new opportunity to advance in your work to new financial opportunities regarding livelihood, work, and work routines. The Mars connected to Mercury in your natal first house, that's bringing you a lot of juice on your body. And this is good for you because this is Virgo rising, your Lord, right? Your Lord of you is Mercury in your first house. And with Mars, you might pick up some new exercise routines or get more physically fit or, work on your health protocols, especially with Virgo there, a sign that is to do with health. And you are that sign. Rising sign especially. Now you can also see that there is that trine from this dynamic duo here, intensity of that to your ninth house of higher education. So you could have some bolts of lucky breaks or insights or news that's good for you to do with schools, universities, and campuses and colleges, or to do with foreign shores. So some Virgos might be planning a trip to a foreign land and some positive developments there, and maybe even to do with your spiritual awakening. If you have any insights for desires to learn the nature of reality, God, soul, and wisdom, you could have a little awakening jolt spiritually here. So it's quite a lovely time for you guys. Libra, sun, moon, and rising sign. The big, bountiful, bright light of this gorgeous Jupiter laced full moon is shining in your natal fifth house. Okay, so if you're artistic, this is going to wake up your muse and put your muse in steroids, genius mode. If you are a mom or a dad, this is good for your children and how you're relating to them. And if you are wanting a child, this is excellent for getting one, getting pregnant or whatever. Now you can also use this full moon in the fifth house to launch your own business or to put some speculative money risk down, play a lottery ticket, go to the casino, or maybe buy a risky stock. It's up to you. Those are possibilities. I'm not suggesting you do any of that, but those are the areas of the fifth house. And as well, this Venus thing is really lovely. Venus is in your first house and she's your Lord. So she's a Lord of Libra and she owns you kind of, and you own her, and she's with you right now. So she's giving you a lot of Libra juice and blessings over the next 3 weeks. And she's telling you, you can be charismatic and persuasive and bold and diplomatic and graceful right now. Your ideas, Venus in Libra has great creative ideas, can be incredibly powerful at this juncture in the days that follow this full moon. And there is that trine of Venus, okay, in a harmonious relationship to Saturn in that muse-driven house. any creative ideas you have right now are going to have legacy legs to stand on. They will go the distance, and you will have the determination to see your creative ideas through. You can also say that with that trine to the great mother Ceres, the harvest goddess in the ninth house, is it time to harvest a new book? Is it time to harvest book publications, this ninth house? Is it time to harvest a new academic direction, a new teaching, a new learning, a new spiritual pursuit? So those are thoughts. Mars and Mercury in your natal 12th will give you insights from your dreams at night, or meditation, or shamanic journeys, or maybe just from your unseen realms. And so messages from the unseen realms are coming to you courtesy of Mercury, and Mars is supporting that. Maybe that can incite a bit of direct bold action and choice regarding 8th house matters: loans, taxes, spousal money, inheritances. Okay, you might have some grand insight, pineal gland, money ideas here. And 12th house can be a money house too, by the way. It's usually money that you generate from revenue from dealing with offshore business from foreign lands. So possibly business on foreign lands and money ideas are all percolating for you guys who Libra, sun, moon, and ascendant. Scorpio rising and sun and moon. Well, the bold, bountiful moon is shining in the house of the home with Jupiter's blessings right beside it. So you're likely to have very good fortune in the couple of weeks that follow around your home life, domestic life, maybe your real estate, literally your home, your apartment, the town you live in. You might want to renovate. You might have some opportunity financially to benefit as well because of the trine that we're going to talk about shortly. So bounty and blessings in the home life and around real estate and home, and things that are happening in your home are all guaranteed for you, Scorpio people. Now, because Venus, a money goddess, is sitting in the 12th house, trining, right, Saturn in the 4th, and she's in the home of his exaltation. She honors him. If he comes to visit her, he's a VIP guest. Something is happening behind the scenes, off stage, behind the curtain, maybe with a woman, maybe with money dealings that benefits you regarding your home and your foundation. And this can create a more solid foundation for you, both in the essence of your being, but also, Scorpio, in where you really want to live. I mean, I think Saturn's trying to give you a forever home. It's sort of like he's here till 2023 March. He's trying to land you in a legacy. Like, where do you want to live that you want to stay? Where do you want to live that you want to be for a while? That you can grow a new foundation. Now, Venus is saying, I got something up my sleeve. Pay attention to the next 2 weeks after this full moon. You can see that the trine also to the great goddess Ceres in the house of inheritances, taxes, bank loans, grants, of spousal money. This is other people's money house. I love that Venus is like loving it up too. She's a money goddess. This looks like it's good for real estate, money, bank loans, inheritances, and some back scenes, behind the scenes dealing and legal dealing that can benefit you. Maybe secret backroom legal dealings that are going to benefit you in the couple of weeks that follow this new moon. Full moon. And then finally, what about that Mars thing? Well, Mars is with Mercury, and Mercury's in his home sign. That's a very dignified sky, right? Venus in her dignity, Mercury in his dignity, everyone's dignified. So Saturn in dignity. So these two are making a pact in your 11th house of hopes, dreams, and wishes, your future goals and aspirations, your great gains from your career. And possibly you could be being given an opportunity to aspire to something that you really want and go for it with some practical gusto and decision making. But the way it's showing up is the 7th house, through something unexpected in your 7th house, such as some information or news from a spouse or business partner, a sudden viral breakthrough in your career. Like could be like my video went viral. I'm being signed up for a radio contract, rare contract, or it could be something breaking through with a business partner. Uranus in the house of business partners. It's also the house of legal contracts we sign as well. So it's hard to say. This is a very complex, very busy sky, but something is happening here through the house of partners and audience that affects your highest dreams, hopes, and wishes in a positive and good way. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising sign. So guess what? Full bountiful light of the moon shining its brilliance in your third house. This is a house of your siblings and your aunts and uncles, sometimes your local neighborhood, trips and travel, and skills-based learning and elementary school education, and the house of the oracles, diviners and psychics and seers, the house of the goddess. Well, I don't know. That's a lot to consider where this light is shining, but opportunities in those areas, right? Your local neighborhood as well, are opening up in the 2 weeks that follow. Opportunities via siblings, opportunities via the local neighborhood, opportunities via the extended family, or a trip that you may take as well. These are short distance trips, usually local or domestic. And so if you do journey anywhere in the couple of weeks after this moon, you Sagittarians, it's going to be good for you, going to bring some blessings. And interestingly, with Saturn and Venus in this trine and coming to the same zone of the chart, the third house, Venus is saying, let me bring you some deal. Let me make a deal. Let's bring you a deal or a harmonious opportunity of some kind around your longer range visions and goals for your life. Even a financial pennies from heaven bounty. Would you like that? Because I can supply that to fortify this third house juice that's down here with siblings and the local neighborhood and trips and travel. And she's also, hooking up with the great mother of the harvest in your seventh house of marriage and long-term relationship, but also legal contracts. This looks like it could be a legal contract that fortifies and seals the deal for some potential goodness in your life financially. Venus here could bring great financial gain in the 11th house. So maybe you need to get a sibling on board or a friend on board or a relative on board for this. And also, you can also say that if you're in a marriage partnership, this is good. This is a harvest goddess and a north node amplifying bounty. So maybe your partner is going to bring some bounty to the relationship as well, financially. Mars and Mercury in that 10th house. Well, that's career stuff. Now, Mars is, supporting Mercury. He's working for Mercury. Mercury's the boss here. So it could be a male in your workplace or authority figure male in your workplace gives you some good news that jolts a surprise of goodness that changes your work routines or helps you with exciting new directions in your work or work routines. Okay. Opportunities in the work area. All right. That's what I'm going to go with. All right. Moving on. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising sign. Guess what? This is good for you in your money house. Oh my goodness. Jupiter, bounty, and blessings. Jupiter's there for the rest of this year. A lot of Cap rising especially are in the money, in the money. This is great money stuff for you. You had a little bit of Jupiter there from third week of December all the way until May 13th. And now he's back. He's like saying, let me give you something. What do you want? It's about fortifying your possessions, your money, your resources, sometimes strengthening your vocational path, voice and vocation and speech, all second house. And well, when he's here with this moon, right, he's really lighting up some opportunity and possibility for you that will be revealed to you within the 2 weeks that follow the August 22nd full moon. If I said full moon, Venus participating in the career house, shining a positive trine back to your second house of money. So it suggests that the money opportunities coming out of your ambition, goals, and career directions, as opposed to anywhere else, and that she wants you to receive blessings up here. This could be a new contract, a new deal, a new relationship within the work environment that supports you, or a female in the work environment or career direction or colleague that supports your financial gain. Venus here can bring promotions. You can see that she's trining the cornucopia goddess herself, the harvest goddess, the goddess of fruitfulness, Aries, in your sixth house of workplace environment, colleagues and coworkers. And so again, it looks like the money stuff is happening through the work story. That's very positive. The trine from Mars working for Mercury in your ninth house to Uranus in your fifth could look like a breakthrough regarding travel to a foreign land with a romantic edge or a love story edge, or an inspired trip to fortify the muse to a foreign shore, or something to do with your spiritual quest or search, being given an opportunity through the fifth house. The fifth house can be like the muse, the inspiration. It's also love affairs. It's also your children. Now you've got Uranus there for a long time, and it's really disruptive for long-term romance. Like, in other words, it means a lot of romance is happening, but it may not be steady as she goes. So it could spark a romantic connection over a distance, Mercury, Tinder, or, Plenty of Fish or something, with somebody from a foreign shore even. You Capricorns, it's not easy right now to be steady as she goes when it comes to love, because Uranus is disrupting love stuff. So you may have a beloved, but you may find it's difficult to, let's say, stick with the program, be sidetracked by other attractive people in your world. All right, let's move on. This is me, Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising sign. So we get this light in our house of our being, our first house of our body, our personality, our essence, our expression as Aquarians in the world. We are the cutting edge. We are the new guard. We are the ones that have been synodically initiated by Jupiter and Saturn over the next 20 years to be a bit of a spearhead for humanity. So consider yourself lucky, question mark. And now we get to second moon in our sign. This is great. A blue moon last month, and a blue moon this month. I mean, Aquarian moon last month, full moon last month, and a blue full moon this month. We're really getting a lot of it energy-wise. Saturn is a bit of a harsh taskmaster, and he's been making us work on our physical health. He's been making us focus on ourselves and be serious and sober and grow up the F up. And, depending how close he is to your ascendant, really grow the F up. But this moon here is lighter because Jupiter is buoyant and bountiful and optimistic and Santa Clausy. And even if he's retrograde, he's still those things. Coming into contact with our ascendant area, we're definitely going to maybe put a bit of weight on, but that's okay. Jupiter will be there until the end of the year. If we put weight on, we needed it. It's more like we are looking at this moon over the 2 weeks to be a revealing of things about ourselves that are really good for us to remember or know. Fortunate blessings of self-revelation, where we see a part of ourselves in a new way that brings us greater bounty. I could also point to the fact that Venus herself, in that trine to our first house, from the 9th, is really leaning into Dharma. She's in a Dharma house. What is our meaning of our life, Aquarians? Venus is like, let me help you find it. And now she could also be great luck and opportunity through women, especially in foreign lands, in the field of publications, in the field of higher education, blessing us and supporting us during the 2 weeks that follow this moon. And as well, you can see she's trining the harvest goddess in the house of creativity and the muse and inspiration. And our children, so our children get some derivative blessings from our own chart. This is also really good for romance. It's a trine to the romance house and a fruiting or a harvesting of romantic destined love story in the 5th house. And that, of course, Aries is trining all the way back here. Big, grand, beautiful air trine. Now, bringing blessings in those houses, right? 1, 9, and 5. Now, you can say that Mars in Mercury in a 8th house area, it is a house of sometimes sexuality, more kink and deeper tantra stuff, but it's also a money house playing up straight up. Mercury is in dignity here. A lot of Aquarians are like looking at their finances with squaring away their money stories, trying to figure things out. Taxes here, tax rebates, tax rearrangements, credit cards, hygiene, long-term plans, financial planning, Mercury here. Mars makes executive decisions on behalf of Mercury. We're taking action steps and making decisions around the money story that benefit us. We may have a bit of surprise financially, a lucky break. Uranus is going to trine this money house. So unexpected tax rebate. I'm hoping for myself that's true. I paid too much tax last year. I don't even want to talk about it. I really don't. Anyway, so unexpected good money news coming though from the 4th house as well. So sometimes it has to do with real estate or home, or something to do with where we live, producing some financial abundance or a financial breakthrough, giving the chance to suddenly change or improve our home circumstances. All right, moving on. I need water, but I'm not going to get it. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising sign, you're going to have the light of the bountiful full moon in the past life house, the 12th, the house of your dreams and your reveries and your meditations, your insights. It's a deeply spiritual house. If you want a guru and to learn from a teacher that's spiritual, nothing like Jupiter there till the end of the year in your 12th house to bring in a really good teacher for you, spiritual teacher, spiritual guide. The moon is going to reveal over the next 2 weeks a potential spiritual teacher or spiritual guide that you might want to study with. It can also mean a big dream, a shamanic dream, an enlightenment dream. This is a house of dreams and enlightenment. This is very subtle, this moon for you, but it's very important. It's very powerful. It's very inward. It's very illuminating of the unseen realms within yourself and beyond yourself. Now, Venus is a money goddess, and she's in the 8th house, which is your spouse's money and bank loans. And she's definitely hanging out there in the land of money. And she is trining your real estate house with Ceres, and she is trining your 12th house, which can be also a money house as well. And it has to do with money from foreign shores, foreign from the place in which you were born. So keep that in mind, money from foreign shores, money with spouse or spousal jointly held monies, bank loans, etc., real estate. This is a beautiful trine. It's bringing something good to you. North Node down here is expanding opportunities for real estate, goodness in your life since last year, since mid-2020, and will continue for the rest of the year. As well, you have Mercury employing Mars in your house of primary love relationship. This is your marriage partner. Sometimes it's your business partner. And Mercury is like communicating and talking and getting things organized here in this love story part of the chart, or business partner. And Mars is helping him with action and decision making that can be applied to the agenda that Mercury has, with a trine to your 3rd house of siblings and the local neighborhood. Some of you Pisces could benefit in legal dealings with siblings. Some of you could be dealing with local environmental neighborhood things that are good for your relationship. Some of you might be looking at taking a trip that's going to have huge benefits domestically, not far, far away. And some of you might also take a new learning, a skill, or like take a class or learn something that you can apply, a skills-based type learning that you might do online with Uranus here, that is also going to really strongly fortify business partners, clients, audience, and others. If you want to set up a website too, that's good for you guys as well during this time frame, next 2 weeks after the full moon. Oh, I jumped way ahead, sorry. That is too funny. Aries doesn't get any time. Sorry, Aries. I have to do the minutes chart for you. Let's go ahead. Aries, sun, moon, and rising sign. So I'm an Aries, sun and moon. As you guys probably know, if you follow my channel, I always tell you guys that. I'm an open book. And we are us fiery Aries folk. Well, let's go with it. We have the full moon light shining in our 11th house. Really good for influencing, for popularity, for our wishes and hopes and dreams and future plans to be highlighted in the next 2 weeks so that we can see our way forward. We have Jupiter's blessings here. This is a lucky money house. We can have financial windfall, like a pennies from heaven here. And so, you know, if there's going to be a financial windfall in the next 2 weeks, which is very possible because 5 and 11 are luck and money houses, yeah, then it's just going to happen. So like play the lottery for fun, but don't overdo it. Jupiter in the 11th could be being involved in a group of people through education, where something highlights for you, especially through a woman maybe, that's going to help you create your future dreams and goals with greater clarity and efficacy and momentum and bounty. You can see that, you know, there's a trine from Venus in the house of partnerships, business and love, as well as legal contracts. And, you know, the whole Libra sign does stand for the legalities of things as well. And Venus is looking over at this 11th house of great spirit with the windfall capacity and the aspirations, dreams, and wishes and karmic rewards features of the house. And, you know, although she does trine Saturn every, you know, 10 months or so, it's not that rare. she's doing it since he got into Aquarius from Libra in a very luscious way. It's an exaltation energy. She exalts him, right? If he comes to visit her in Libra, he gets VIP treatment. So she's really working, bending over backwards to help him. And he's a legacy god, and he's there until 2023 in your 11th house, like trying to give you a new legacy of a dream that can go the distance, to create a solid new direction in your great gains financially from your career. And she's saying, let me help you over the 2 weeks after this moon. I've got your back. Let me support that. Contracts and business partnerships and dealings with women or your marriage partner supporting that now. And Venus trining Ceres, the great mother of the harvest, in the house of siblings and local neighborhood, online world as well, including social media platforms. This is really good for any Aries who are social media types and have an online business. All right, Mars and Mercury. Mercury is employing Mars in the house of your health protocols and your work routines. Now, I can speak to this because I am literally, cleansing out again and, alcohol free again. And, guys, it's not like I love wine, right? I'm trying not to drink it all the time, like daily as a habit. And so Mars is the actions and steps and the decisions that have potency, and Mercury is like clean up the health stuff. Mercury is about the details needed to do that in the sign of health, and in house of sickness, therefore health. And there's a trine to the second house, and it's like the cleanup in the sixth house of work and health is going to bring a sudden unexpected goodness in the second house of money, voice, vocation. Also, things we eat. You might suddenly decide that, oh my God, I'm never going to eat meat again, or oh my God, I'm definitely not eating gluten. So big breakthroughs there as well for a lot of Aries sun, moon, and rising sign. Oh, I'm still in my minutes. Oh, that's too funny. Taurus, sun, moon, rising sign. Guess what? You get the moon in your 10th house of your career, your ambition, your reputation. This is you being successful in the world. Jupiter supporting you to do that. Saturn says, let's go the distance for 2 years until March of 2023. Getting successfully booted up to the max in your career or your ambitions. Now, Saturn up there can mean you work hard for your money / success / career, but you're creating a solid legacy energy up here that can last. If you don't like what you're doing, your career sucks, a lot of you Taurians will change direction with Saturn up here, just so you know that. But if you don't, then you'll just get stronger and stronger. We can see that Venus wants to support, and fortify Saturn. She's trining him from the house of work routines and health routines. It's important for you Taurians to find work that's sustainable right now for your health and well-being, as well as the routine of the work itself feels Venusian, pleasurable and harmonious. If you have a job that you work night shifts and you hate it, that's going to change here. Venus will bring an opportunity for something different. Female colleagues and coworkers can be very supportive of you. This could look like getting a promotion or a boost through a female colleague or coworker. Some of you Tauruses as well may find that you are going to experience a bit of this trine to Ceres, bounty financially, money goddess trining harvest goddess in a money house. So with a north node to inflame it. This could look like a really good financial couple of weeks after the moon for a lot of Tauruses, with some kind of unexpected financial bonus going on here through the work environment though, usually through the work environment. Could come through other means, but mostly through the work. Could come through the inheritance house over here as well, other people's money, but let's just say Venus is supporting it here. As well, you can see that you have the Mercury-Mars combination in your 5th house of romance, sexuality, fun and play and pleasure. Mercury says, let's get the details down. If we're going to have fun, let's plan a trip and do the itinerary. If we're going to have sex, let's make sure we have our condoms handy. Mercury, hygiene in Virgo. A lot of Tauruses, though, could find that this is a time in which there is a renewed sense of fun and passion and exercise as well. Athletic Mars in Virgo, some new earthy, practical, fun way to exercise your body. You can also have find physical breakthroughs too, because Uranus on your ascendant, a lot of Taurus have been going through a lot of electrical energy in their body and a lot of changes in their body, and maybe even some challenges with their body. But now this is a trine from Mars and Mercury in the fifth house, which is a luck and positive vitality house. So we see increased vitality and improvements to your health, but maybe through lightening up a little and trying to have a little bit more fun in your life and taking action to make sure the fun happens. If you're creative or artistic, any ideas you have now could be quite original. Zap. Gemini, sun, moon, rising sign. The light of the full moon is shining in your ninth house, good for higher education, and bounty up there is also good for trips to foreign lands. If you're a Gemini who's trying to get a book off the ground, great for agents, publishers, or good luck and good news up here. You can see that Venus is in a trine to this Saturn. Saturn is trying to give you a real legacy vibe up here to really solidify your purpose in life, your dharma, to really, if you want to have a traditional spiritual practice and you don't have one, you want to become a Buddhist or something, Saturn is trying to find you some tradition that supports your spiritual light in this world. He'll be there till March of 2023. It would be a good time to learn different spiritual traditions for sure, for a lot of Gemini right now. Now, Venus is in the fifth house. That's a lucky money house, and it's a romance house, and it's a play and fun pleasure house. A couple weeks that follow, you can get a lot of that, but she's trining the ninth. So romance in a foreign land, play, pleasure as you learn something educational, money coming from foreign shores. With the harvest Ceres goddess, Ceres sitting on the north node. I like Ceres. I don't know. I like to call her Ceres. Astrology call her Ceres. Some call her Ceres. Ceres makes me think of Sirius. Ceres, anyway, Ceres. Ceres is on your north node. On the north node in your first house. So this is a bonus for harvesting some cornucopia of goodness in terms of your well-being and your body and your sense of self. Is you feeling really overflowing with, goodness about who you are. And it's amplifying your own generosity and your own desire to fertilize and fulfill and harvest something for yourself. You can see that Mercury is working here, employing Mars in your fourth house of home and real estate. Great for construction, jobs around the house in the couple of weeks that follow, or renovations, or something expanding, fixing or building or, expanding something in the home. Maybe not expanding is the right word, but Mars will revise it, rehab it. Mercury is, details. Pay attention to the details. Messages around the home, from the home, actions in the home are very grounded and practical, and fortify 12th house things. Now, that's a very subtle thing. The 12th house could fortify you could have insights and bolts of insight from your dreams at night or from your inner life that really give you some new vision for how your home should be. Okay, let's call it that. Vision, new insights and pineal gland visions regarding details around your home. You could have some conflicts at home. Mars is fighting in Mercury's messages. Watch for harsh words, bite your tongue, don't fight with people in your domestic life. But other than that, this is a positive influence. Last but not least is the Cancer, sun, moon, rising sign people. Well, the moon is shining in a dark place. Normally, the eighth house is kind of one of the hidden houses. And so, because it's in an aversion to the ascendant. So you really have some illumination here, Cancer rising especially, and then sun and moon. Is something that was unconscious to you, like something you didn't see about your own, within your own, you couldn't see something, a secret could be revealed, but it's good, it's bountiful, it's Jupiter. You need to have that secret revealed. An insight could come to you, that, about something that you didn't see before. I don't know. It could be to do with your money. This is a money house. This is the bank and this investment stuff. This is the house of your spouse's money. Does your spouse have a bountiful surprise for you of some good money news? I don't know. Or do you see something illuminated in the money house for you, inheritance house, spousal money, bank loans. And anyway, it's all good because Jupiter's illuminating this part of your chart and with the moon, bringing some goodness here. And Jupiter will be here, excuse my itchy nose. Jupiter will be here for a long time until the end of the year. So your money story is getting better and better, and it's really being Jupiter blessed over the next year. Now, you can see that Venus is giving you trine from real estate land, from your home, from the house you live in, and trining the money house. She's trining the harvest and cornucopia goddess in the North Node in your 12th house. This is the karmic house too, past life stuff. You may be able to capitalize on real estate blessings, buy, sell, rent, I don't know, but real estate luck and money blessings are all tied in to the 2 weeks that follow this moon. Some of you Cancers definitely could be cashing in on a real estate purchase, sale, or something like that. Mercury is working for Mars in your 3rd house of your local neighborhood, and trips you may take, things you may study, your siblings, aunts, uncles. I feel like this could be about travel because Mars likes to take trips and he's in a travel house, trains, planes, and automobiles. Practical, organized, detailed travel over the couple of weeks that follow this moon can be very beneficial for bringing you sudden, exciting news. Thank you, Uranus, from the house of good spirit, from the house of karmic rewards, from the house of windfalls, and from the house of your hopes, dreams, and wishes. So on a practical note, take a trip if there's an opportunity. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. It's, I don't remember it's COVID out, but yeah, take a trip. Not long distance, domestic, local, maybe. You could have some good news coming from a sibling out of the blue that benefits your financial picture as well. A sibling tells you something, I won the lottery and I'm giving you half my money. Woo! And you could buy some real estate. You never know. I wouldn't mind that because my sister's a Cancer rising. So if I'm her sibling, let me win a lottery ticket because I've got the Aquarian luck chart right now. I think it was the Aquarian one that's really good for windfalls. So, or was it the Aries one? But anyway, so it's a good money one though here, guys. I mean, a money goddess is trining a money house and you've got a lot of juice in that trine. So I'm looking at some money developments that are very positive in the 2 weeks ahead for Cancer rising, sun and moon, as well as maybe some unexpected bonus points coming from friends and allies, people that would like to help you, and some energy of hopes, dreams, and wishes, maybe having a sudden ability to materialize rather out of the blue. This is a really good moon for everybody because of Jupiter. So I hope that helps. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for all listening. I don't know if you listened to the whole thing, but if you didn't, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check the description box below. Sign up for my newsletter. Come to see me for a reading if you feel called. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you on my next video. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao.